because I think the game has gotten less strategic than the way that they did it originally.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, there's definitely harder to try and rerun what they were doing back then. Also, kind of curious to see what Valence is going to be able to do, if he's going to have any kind of an impact in resource-wise.
Oh yeah, that's a sneaky little addition that goes a little under the radar, especially because he's had so much experience working with Tarek over the years.
Yeah, that could be tons of fun. That could add like a depth to EG over time. I think it's not going to be immediate, but it would be fun. Anyway, here we go. EG going to be starting on the T side, and maybe on the CT side, and they are aggressive right off the bat. That could have easily been a double kill, but it's traded as well. Luca's going down.
That's everyone in the B bomb site, though. There's no defenders here. They're just going to march their way up. Tarek's leading the way with the bomb, actually, so a bit risky. Taco's gotten back, but he can't hold the site. He can really just try and chip a player down or find a kill as they enter in. So some bullets exchanged still with the aggression of MIBR. Taco waiting patiently and can't land anything. He gets dropped by Ethan immediately.
And that's not bad at all. Fur pushing up, finding Breeze. That's definitely going to give them some space. They know no one else is going to be coming from middle now. They can be pretty safe in that one, but a 3-on-3 for the retake. And it definitely won't be easy either. A little bit of a chance there. Fallen now going to be smoking off on one side. And Fur, can he make the jump over here? They're waiting for him on the other side. And Tarek will get that kill easily. So still a 2-on-2. And now they're running onto the site itself. But how are they going to get this defuse in? Fallen, I think he tapped it for a second, but they're waiting on the other side. And they're just never going to give him the chance, are they? He gets one nice headshot, but he's running out of time already. And yeah, Stanislaw knows it. Now just hunting him down. Fallen backing up. It's a nice couple of shots from him, but it's not going to win in the round.
No, unfortunate. Yeah, he tapped the bomb, and I think he realized he couldn't stick it. As soon as KNG went down, there was no point in him trying to make that work. So tough pistol round loss, but you like the aggression. I think there were a couple different ways in which there was possibilities that was going to turn in their favor with some of that aggression. Unfortunately, it doesn't pan out. How do you like, you said you liked the money just, getting spent incrementally. How do you like Taco's cash just going crazy? Damn.
I think that's fine. It. Yeah, that's all right. Just some sort of lottery thing going on. I don't know what is one of those.
Yeah, that was awesome.
One-armed bandits counting on the money. I'm fine with it.
Ooh, more aggression, hyper aggressive down this ramp at the B bomb site. 2 rounds in a row. There's a creek picked up. Oh, they're going to try and recover. They're going to try and stop him from getting back, but first done it. He's made it away safely, and now that MAC-10 does not want to mess with it. And Ethan's got to be very careful. He does not want to get challenged by this creek. That is a tough fight for him to win, so Fur's going to make it back.
Some early danger in the second round here for EG. Even in spite of having, obviously, the better weapons. KNG, I don't know. If he walks out there, he was probably going to get caught, wasn't he?
And his teammates just got here, so there's no point for him to be that aggressive. So he backed off just at the right moment because he's got support now. He doesn't have to risk too much. And they can even start bringing that creek over.
Some pretty good smokes and Molotovs being thrown down onto the bomb site, clearing the path for a potential bomb plant. And yeah, a little bit of aggression on the side there. The bomb is going to be planted and nobody spamming through at the moment. It's usually with, ooh, a little bit, there we go finally. That's usually where the big risk is on this map. If you're on the T side, is planting that bomb. You just never know if someone's going to be coming rushing through. They get the bomb plant down. 3-on-3, and there's that creek that was stolen earlier for. He needed that kill. Cirque going to be jumping down with a MAC-10. And that flank needed to be a little bit more successful.
Well, look at the HP. It was so close to being as successful as they needed it. Fallen's going to come in, try and find a kill. He's got Stanislaw. He does have a kit, remember, so they can actually do this. If they get a little bit lucky, that needs to be an immediate kill, and unfortunately, Fallen's gone down. Tarek was low health, but that was really dangerous, and EG might have just snuck away with one.
Yeah, that could have gone horribly wrong. Good call even to be watching that flank as the bomb was, he's 1 second away from getting the kill at the right time. EG, though, with 2 rounds. And MIBR, what are they going to do in this one? Maybe sort of half investment, some pistols being upgraded here, but nothing terribly exciting outside of that. So, should be a clean-ish. Oh, Stan getting out. He must have surely heard them running. I'm confused.
This is 3 rounds in a row that MIBR has been so crazily aggressive, and I'm wondering how long they're going to keep it up. And I'm wondering what the adjustment will be from EG. Because remember, the pistol round was essentially a pretty wild, aggressive, not rush of everyone, but that turn of the corner. Did it in the previous round to get the Krieg on for early on, and now this. It's got to make you at least a little bit nervous. A pop flash set up for KNG. If they can just find the timing, I think they're going to miss it barely. I think they're going to turn the corner here, EG. And that utility won't be used in time. There it is. KNG. Oh, they do find it. The headshot from Fur. Nice recovery from Cirque as he holds on still to this position. He's got the bomb, though, and he's all alone. He's got to back away with a minute left on the clock.
Definitely being heard, but with so much time left, it's hard to know whether or not they can really trust that fallback. I mean, well, now they're definitely going to know, because I think it was heard a second time, and they're going to get confirmation anyway. Close range here with the Deagle. Fallen. Oh, he gets the headshot. Taking down Breeze. That's so much better. And now Cirque has to go and look for a fight. He knows they picked up that Krieg. He's going to go for it, but he gets shot. Fur is there right away. And that is a steal and a half for MIBR. I can't believe they win that round.
There was some wild timings. That first Deagle kill with Fur over towards the A bomb site, that allows KNG the space to pop up with a P250 and get one more. The turn from Fallen was massive. That is a crazy couple of rounds in a row for MIBR, even losing the first one. And look what it's done to the money. It's taken everything away from EG. Usually the T sides can kind of survive that sort of a scare in the second round, but once it turns again on the third, it's unreasonable. Your economy this early can't sustain it.
And now suddenly the fact that Stanislaw got taken down early on in that round, I can't even explain how he doesn't hear them running or anything. That's surely the last time that's going to work. Now cool boost to try and see if they could look over. That's we've been seeing T sides look for that so far, but in the other game, definitely Tyler were aware of it.
Well, it's also CT sides trying to find some way to be impactful once the smoke comes in, right? Like if there's a set piece towards that A bomb site, you're hoping this boost can let you peer over the smoke, and I imagine it would to a certain degree. KNG with the op. Oh, has the lineup, and Breeze, just unfortunate timing.
Well, they still have a guy lurking around in middle, so they could maybe still set something up here. Trying with the smokes going a little bit far behind. In fact, Lucas is just hiding in the middle of that smoke, and they're going to run right past him. He's hearing everything. This is so well played for Lucas. He's going to get immediately taken out on Terry, but it doesn't actually change the fact that it's still a really, really nicely played round from him.
Did Fallen just add a kill through the smoke with the AWP? Another one? Or did he just spot him out? He might have seen him. We couldn't see his POV. Tarek now holding onto the bomb site, and he's got to be aggressive. He's got to try and find one or two before the retake is really underway. But Fallen is shining with the AWP. And Stanislaw, his only hope is to stop the defuse. He's going to tap away with the lineup, but there's a kit on Taco, and there's plenty of time, I think, even for the full defuse. In the second round for MIBR, only losing Lucas.
Yeah, and I think even Lucas just, again, I think that was a cool way to play that kind of scenario. Risky, but...
You feel bad when he only gets the one.
Yeah.
Like, you think you come out on the other side of that smoke and you find Cirque as the first kill, that you're going to be able to have, like, maybe a second or two to kind of get yourself in a good position. Unfortunately, the time wasn't there for him. And no, it wasn't through the smoke. Fallen, just a nice shot in the follow-up as well. The quick peek onto Tarek. I mean, we kind of talked about, and I mentioned I like the point that James made of like what's Fallen going to do if the opping duty is going to go to KNG. This is a pretty scary double op setup as well.
It truly is. KNG though, that's a huge overextension. Once that smoke goes down, might not want to come through that anymore. And he had, I think even Taco, who's on the other side, couldn't do anything to help him. He just has to say, well, that's you gone then. And that's an issue.
Yeah, that'll be something they need to fix up for the future. That communication. Good shot from Fallen. The AWP is passed over to Stanislaw, and Fallen's got a new angle inside the site, peering towards the ramp. He's got a second kill in the round. Taco covering as well the back entrance. I think that flashbang affected Fallen more than he would have liked. He wanted to use it to grab an angle.
Yeah, but now he's actually walking a little bit away from it, switching places with Taco, which I kind of like that idea, although now that Stanislaw's in position, he's going to be able to get that kill. And Fallen's still in a little bit of trouble here. He'll pick up one kill and then escape with the C-set 75. So they've done a lot of damage in this round already, EG, but can they actually win the round? Nice flank from Fonz. A good idea, and it's, if nothing else, it creates enough of a distraction to allow the rest of the retake to come in. So they survived the round, but it could have been much more scary.
Yeah, but if you're MIBR, I mean, the fact that you survived that scare is great, because you can, at least have the conversation with KNG that if that happens, like everyone just needs to be communicated, and that kind of a play called off entirely.
Yeah.
And you don't have any real major consequences for the mistake. Still a double op setup for the defensive MIBR team. Yeah, that was bold.
It was. Usually we like that, you know.
Usually we like the craziness.
Even then, we have a limit. And that was it.
He's found the line. All right, fast-paced from EG towards middle. They're going to turn the corner already first, stuck out in the open. That one hurts. Now mid-control going to EG. How does MIBR recover this scenario? It's been Fallen to pick up the pieces in the past. Fallen to keep them clawed into the round, but look at how isolated Lucas is.
Yeah, isolated, trying to play, you know, usually you want to reserve the term off angle for something that's, you know, unexpected. I feel like that is a position that people hold a fair bit, but still just hoping that someone's going to forget about it and maybe just walk into a shot and then you could fall back. And what I do like about it, if nothing else, is the fact that he's so forward on the B-bomb side that he's going to get a little bit of advance warning, but sticking around is almost never going to work out. He's actually ready even for that push in window. He knew that was coming.
Dear.
Oh no. The grenade, at least it doesn't bounce back on him, and he's still able to pick up a kill on Tarek somehow, so still doing a reasonable job. The Molotovs will bring him down eventually. There was no way for him to go, and Taco at least getting a return kill, but they're hunting him now, and he's alone. Backup is not going to be there in time. KNG in the 1 versus 2. And the bomb's going to go down on the other side. He's almost got no chance here again. A missed shot, and he's probably going to have a very rough time. I think they know where he is, and they're going to double peek him. That's smart from EG.
That's a great flick, though, from KNG to even get that kill on Stanislaw. There's only one player surviving for EG, a 3-3 scoreline. Another investment coming in for the MIBR side, and this has been both teams just very aggressive. This time it's EG picking up the pace and turning the corner in mid so quickly to catch Fur off and capitalizing on the man advantage gained in the first 20 seconds. Previously, for 3 rounds to start this half, it was MIBR pushing. So back and forth, a little bit of a battle.
Some early shots coming out from Taco, just almost for free to be able to do that. And the effect is great. Ethan down to 27, so he's happy about that. He's also playing the A-bomb site completely alone at the moment.
KNG's found an opening kill. Again, aggression towards the B-bomb site. This is something we didn't see in the series on Vertigo just previously between G2 and Tyloo. Not a whole lot of aggression on that side of the map. But MIBR has found a couple opening frags from the defensive side in that regard.
So sneaking his way up, hoping for an opening on that side. It's actually going to be Ethan, who was brought low earlier to take down Lucas. It's a 4-on-4, but look at the rotation at A.
Ooh, that's a nice shot from KNG, boosted up. It's the position of Cirque that really worries me. He has control of that back entrance with the AWP, and now he can have a new angle, and a very deadly angle with the AWP when the retake does eventually try to come in. There is a smoke to utilize, but there goes that danger, neutralized by Taco.
Yeah, that's just a really, really big issue. Nice kills coming in fact. Tarek and Ethan dropping very low and going to be going down, both of them. I mean, that was a good retake to start it off with KNG with that kill, but I'm shocked that EG weren't able to do more, even in the 2 versus 4 there. It seemed like they had good positions.
I think MIBR is doing a very good job of, whether it's KNG or Fallen, depending on the scenario, of using those ops to keep one of the positions just boxed in. Like, KNG's just like, all right, I have sandbags. Like, don't worry about sandbags. If he peeks, I'm going to get the kill. And from there, they're able to just eliminate everything else. And that's kind of a cool thing. We'll have to keep an eye, or I'll keep an eye on it throughout this series. Is one of the strengths that the MIBR had that's really they kind of like lost their luster in this really rough patch they've been going through, is their ability to retake bomb sites. That was something they used to be so good at, was post plant scenarios, and they've lost that ability. So if they improve in that regard, I think this MIBR team is going to be dangerous much quicker than people would like.
Back to pistols for EG. Ooh, awkward timing, but the rifle is there for the backup, and that's a well played on Fur.
Yeah, Fallen must have got communication that the A hit was coming, or the B hit, excuse me, and that's why he turned him through the Molotov. That's why the timing wasn't in his favor. Even Taco going for a push. He's going to get punished. Bomb and gun recovered by Ethan, but a 2-on-4 scenario.
And even what you'd normally like in this kind of scenario is something like, you know, again, the ability to take more guns away, force some economic damage onto the MIBR side, which, I mean, they don't have all the money in the world, but they're starting to build at least on a couple of players. So maybe, yeah, maybe a couple of rifles here, and that's a nice shot for Breeze. Just ready for more, isn't he?
Yeah, he was ready to fight. Well, now it gets a little sketchy. They almost found KNG in transit. Bomb is going to go down. and they can actually win this round. They've brought this into a scenario from a 2-on-4. They now have a pretty powerful position considering it's 2 ops, considering the low HP on KNG. EG can pull this one off. Breeze and Ethan.
Oh, yeah. He's so far away, isn't he? I mean, low on health is one thing, but he's rotating all the way through, and Ethan going to get the kill on Fallen. This is kind of a shocking turn of events. EG did not look like they had any business even being in this round, but now things are looking so much better. A little bit of a scope I think they may have given away, and Ethan turning around. What a round out of him. A triple so far. And Fur, doesn't even matter. Breeze will take him down, and that's a huge win for EG. I can't believe they won that round.
No, that's incredible. It's all Breeze with that deagle opening things up with Lucas, and then you have, again, the nightmare scenario and a double up setup of having to retake through these narrow choke points and no one able to find it in. Even that clever little boost from EG to bring KNG so extremely low, that was so cool. That kill right there that opened things up, allowed them into the bomb site, and then Ethan, he's got that much time, and he's going to go hunting for information, and he found it all. He found the headshots on top of it. So we're tied at 4.
It's not that, I mean, it's not quite true, but it just feels like the fact that they lost that round just gave away so much of what they just worked for MIBR. Because they would have had, I don't know, they would have had some more money to work with. Everything was just lined up really well for them, and now instead, they just have to sort of keep struggling. And now AWP on EG's side, Creeks as well. Suddenly got a lot more difficult. EG could take a lead here, obviously, but even then they could build a good economy. This is a little bit rough.
Well, more aggression from MIBR, but this time Tarek is well positioned, although he still does go down. So again, another opening kill by rushing this point of the map. Breeze is going to come back, but doesn't want to commit and lose an AK-47 on top of everything. So I think that the plan here for EG, hit the pause button, everyone watch for more pushes, everyone watch for the follow-up aggression.
Yeah, they're very worried at the moment. The paranoia has kicked in, which you can't really blame them for.
No, yeah, you're right. There's good reason to be paranoid. Krieg picked up in Fallen's hands as well. KNG not able to find the fight he wanted. That'll help EG out a little bit.
Yeah, I think that now that they're just all grouping up, saying, you know what, instead of being spread out with the chance that somebody gets picked off somewhere, let's just all do this together. And I think that's a reasonable approach, especially because they've got a couple of kills, so they know they're not going to be walking into a huge stack.
Yeah, everything they've done in this round has been pretty reasonable after losing Tarek. Was just hit the pause button, everyone individually watch a spot on the map, wait for the follow-up aggression. They got a kill on KNG in that fashion, and now it's group up and attack a bomb site and be as safe as possible about it. Taco is going to clean that kill up on Cirque. He does fall afterwards, but first still alive. It would have to be something miraculous with the deagle. Inside of the site, they have him boxed in, pre-firing each peak, and EG take a 1-round lead in the game.
That was so awkward, wasn't it, for just the fact that he was chipped away with that USP.
Yeah,
slowly.
Yeah, painfully.
Just 10 health at a time.
Well, we get to watch each and every one, each and every bullet.
Oh, man. 5-4, though. Things, again, part of me feels for MIBR just because I think they could have had such a bigger lead here. The Molotov not being respected at all from EG. That level of aggression they were not ready for. That's a beautiful hit. They just completely ignored the fact that they just run down the AWP and everyone else behind it. That's outrageous.
Yeah, well, now that Tarek gets that kill, they know they boosted up, so they know where Lucas is as well. So now they should just be able to run over towards that A bomb site, get a free round. This is a nice quick round. A nice quick rifle round. Lucas falls, and it's a 6-4 lead now for EG. And they seem to have gotten over the shell shock of some of the aggression of MIBR early on this CT side, and now they're just giving it right back. They're like, listen, we can do it better. If that's the game you want to play.
This must have been a bit of a surprise to Fallen. And then it just all goes horribly wrong, because they were ready for that boost, but if they hadn't got caught, the boost probably would have been there in time, and there would have been a much better defense. It was so quick that they just weren't ready for it. Pistols are out now for MIBR yet again. Just to point out, that one round with the pistols, that really, really hurt them. Now instead...
Yeah, that was a big momentum shift, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was.
Breeze going to try and control the spray of the Krieg. It doesn't pan out for him this time. Lucas going to get away with the Krieg. Follow-up aggression from Fur, trying to sneak behind him. Tarek's watching for that exact play, but these USPs, these pistols that MIBR have are doing some work. They're just finding and chipping away 1 or 2 kills here or there. And making these wins, even though they're wins for EG, they're looking a little bit more costly than you'd absolutely like them to be.
Yeah, and all those things obviously matter a lot down the stretch of the half here. Ethan will clean up a couple there, and now the Krieg. Lone 1 versus 3. Probably again, you know, even though they could buy in the next round, it's probably not worth it. Go for any kind of action here. Lucas, he's at least gravitating close to it. I'm guessing that's just for exits. So yeah, 7-4, and just a minute ago it was 4-3. EG pick up a random sort of pistol round. It was really well played by them, but still, that's a long way to fall just from losing to some pistols.
It's just the power that EG has, and we've seen like every team that's been at the top at any point in like the last year and a half has been teams that are able to win those kind of rounds with the Deagles, with the P250s, and EG obviously having that skill in a big way. 7-4. EG looking pretty darn good. It's Tarek at 11-9, Ethan at 14-7. Fur's at 12-7 for the MIBR side, and he's had quite a resurgence of his own on an individual level from last year and the beginning of this year.
He has, but I almost feel like even his drop off was like, yeah, but the whole team was so dysfunctional, so I didn't even know what to really say.
Right, it wasn't a blame of him, but it was you make a good point there. I can get behind that one. KNG.
But it was depressing because, I mean, on the other hand, he was one of those really consistent players. So when you saw even him sort of, you're like, oh, okay.
Well, it's also like the things that he was able to do on the map with the aggressive style that he likes to bring out. Oh, that's an awkward position for KNG. Actually, now that I see it, it's just curious because you can't really go anywhere.
He's committed to it, isn't he? Oh, they spot him with that jump. He's just such a dangerous. He's finally going to back on out, which we all appreciate. We can all take a deep breath now.
It's a lot of utility used, though, by him for that aggressive position that didn't net them anything. Mid-control. Going to be attempted. KNG is at the angle, but the op against that Krieg that's boosted up, and now Stanislaw at the low angle as well. KNG goes for the repeak. He's eliminated. That opens up a lot of options for EG. 45 seconds on the clock.
It sort of looks like MIBR are actually expecting that there will be some sort of flank here. There's the boost up that we were talking about, and it works to perfection. Fur with a double kill, taking down Stanislaw and Tarek, and a bit of a fight there as Breeze will now open up the bomb side, but the bomb is pretty far back, and there's only 28 seconds, so he has to not just open it up, but keep it. If they lose control of it now, that's a disaster. Oh, and Fur, he nearly missed the timing there. That could have been disastrous. Now where do they go?
They have to rush this, and it's got to be Cirque to just go in all on his own. He cannot wait for that smoke to clear as well. He just has to hope and pray that he can somehow win this battle. His teammate is behind him with no real chance. He just wants to try and stick the plant. Maybe, oh my god, Ethan's found him. The bomb is on the ground, though, and that's going to be the round. What can Ethan do? One more kill would be great, but Fallen's got a double. I
actually think that was quite smart from Cirque. If he gets the bomb down, at least his teammate has, a fighting chance.
Did Ethan see Fur in that smoke? Or did he just spam it?
I have no idea.
Yeah, we didn't catch that. I want to know if Ethan saw him. Because that almost worked. You're right. Absolutely. That might have been the only chance Cirque had. Rather than jumping through and trying to find him, just trying to get the bomb down. Didn't even really have time to go for any kind of planned plant spot.
Wow. 7-5. Good round for MIBR. That was, I don't know, that was rough. The fact that they took the B bomb side was great, but the fact that they didn't have the bomb there meant it wasn't even close to completion. Fur currently at 15 kills, and same is true for Ethan on the other side.
Yeah, they're having a pair of good games for each of them. Ethan, especially on this T side, helping to open some things up. But again, you go back, not the kills on Breeze, 7 and 9, but he's the one who had a couple of those really high impact on that pistol round. You keep going back to that 2-on-4 that was won by EG that allowed them to springboard that into a 2-round lead. Another op in Cirque's hands, AKs and Kriegs. And this time Stanislaw is much more bold and much faster in this positioning and this control. And with that kind of control, he might just call his teammates over and be like, look how close I am already. I have all this control. We don't have to use utility to get that control anymore. Oh, Fallen. I cannot believe he's able to come back and find the headshot onto Ethan.
Yeah, that's a crazy shot to be hitting. Again, flashbangs are coming in, and the backup, they were ready for that idea, but they still lose a player. Now KNG goes down, and Fallen, he's very low on health, so some early nice defense, but is it going to be quite enough? 3-on-3 now.
Well, the real tough part is KNG's the one picked off, and they know Fallen's at this site, so they kind of have an information of numbers of where something's at. So this opens up the possibility for a one-on-one duel on the other side of the map, and Cirque might have heard that. Blocked off by his own gun barrel for just a moment.
That's so risky for everybody involved. And now what do? 2 versus 3. 2 CT players are on opposite sides of the map, so there's no coordination. You just have to do this on your own, whether you're Lucas or Fur in this one. Going to be falling back. Cirque waiting for it. 30 seconds. He's going to go and see if he can actually clear this out. And turning the corner, point-blank range, and he'll get that kill on Fur. And the bomb still going to be going to the other side. So Lucas, he'll win that fight, but the bomb site's been lost behind him. And I don't know what he could do here. Breeze already in position. That's an excruciating slow round for EG, but you know, it's great for them. It's obviously it's MIBR that are feeling the pain, saying, please, could you just attack somewhere? Yeah,
well, and also just 2 players nervous on each side of the map and saying we need to at least try and group up. You could see Lucas on the movement over. I mean, he just got out of position, especially when his teammate goes down in that bomb site. He's in no man's land, trying to recover. That's a very cool call from EG. 8-5, and again, they've taken all the money away from the defense, so might be an easier side of things, starting to really pile on the rounds. Taco with the deagle. Aggressive on that B ramp. And aggressive down A one more time, and KNG's got the headshot.
It's not bad. But again, they keep taking this A ramp here, and it's something that MIBR haven't tried so hard. They've fired some shots in this direction. They've hit KNG. I think Taco was over there, M4 at one point shooting down, but otherwise, I'm feeling pretty good if I'm EG that I'm allowed to get this much ramp control all the time without losing too many players, and they keep exploiting it in a pretty nice fashion.
Even, I mean, we saw, that's another great shot with Teagle. It's getting frisky out here.
Sliding right into it, wasn't he?
Ooh, that nade, though. That one's painful. What a touchdown from Stanislaw. KNG now moving into his place. No kit, so if they actually do want to go for this and try and win it out, they've got to just go right now and get the headshots immediately. And those aren't landing as fast as they'd like. Fur's left in a 1-on-2. He's eliminated by Cirque. 9th round for EG on the board.
Getting close to the end of the half, obviously, here, the last round of it. So that is, I still think, I don't know. I feel like MIBR have had some, they've had some great shots at the moment, and you could see Fur and maybe Fallen right behind him there, but I still wish that the offense or the defense would be a little bit better on over at the A-bomb side in terms of, I think they're just allowing EG a little bit too much map control.
Yeah, they just have, I think they have the trouble of the economy not really allow them to fight for that too much. This is a good opening kill for Lucas. Traded off immediately by Cirque and through the grating. Massive damage done to Breeze.
Yeah, and he's going to smoke himself off, making sure he can get out of that position. That's a close range, and with the spam for the smoke, they're going to be occupied looking elsewhere. Cirque, he's just, I don't know, a couple of inches away from dying. There's the peak coming out from Fur.
Again, they left the bomb all the way back, though. So they've gained control of the bomb site, but the bomb is back towards T-spawn. So Stanislaw's going to have to back out. Even if Breeze didn't go down there, they would have had a tough task of holding on so long while one player went to get the bomb.
That is a recurring problem, isn't it?
Yeah. It's what, twice now?
Yeah,
I think in this half.
I guess they had so much time that if they had actually won the fights, maybe it would have seemed like less of a problem. But still a 1-on-2 here. Stanislaw making his way across. 40 seconds, and I think he heard a footstep there, so might be aware that someone could be at least in the area.
Well, this is an easy situation to play for MIBR as well. It's just, stay back, don't get picked off. Fur's just waiting, turtled up. It's the last round, so you don't have to worry about money so much. It's just, let's get the information. Let's let them have the plant. The extra $800 is going to matter a whole lot. So Stanislaw clearing out what corners he can, and there's just too many to worry about. 9-6 half for EG as MIBR grabbed the last one.
So yeah, a little bit of a recovery towards the end. 9-6. That's seems doable in terms of still bringing a comeback. But yeah, I think EG are going to be pretty excited. But again, the whole thing sparked off by that one ridiculous pistol round. So I just still think.
Yeah, but that was like the first like 10 rounds of that half were so aggressive and so action packed. MIBR was rushing from the CT side, and then EG just said, "Yeah, we can do that too," and just kept piling on.
Yeah.
And then things slowed down. And I think actually EG, that's when they looked even better. Is when they slowed things down in the mid rounds towards the end of that half. I really quite liked watching that.
Yeah, it was good. And again, they were getting the A ramp control. So when you play that slowly, you can set up the smokes. You can have just pretty much whatever you want at that point in time. So that was super helpful. I don't know. I don't think it was as bad as I'm looking at the scoreline 9-6. I think that's not so bad for MIBR. They can still make that work.
Right.
But in the back of my mind, I was thinking, well, so many of those rounds seemed to me like they weren't like a really well coordinated defense as much as they were just some really good individual fights coming out, or some of these early fights here that we're seeing more out of the B-bomb side, right?
I think the real trouble for me with the MIBR CT side, I actually liked the way it looked. Just when you look at the rounds, it's like this was one half where they weren't able to really. They had that three round stretch that they won in a row at the beginning of the half, but weren't able to really string a whole lot together, build any kind of crazy critical mass. It was EG who was able to rattle off 4 straight, 6 out of 7. Breeze going to back away from the Molotov. He's got a teammate here. Pop flash coming in. Breeze going to turn the corner, turn around. He's got only one. But the possibility was there. Stanislaw steps up to the plate, adds one more. And Fallen, he's going to go fight. Half HP, 1-on-2, and this actually 1-on-3, excuse me, and he still found a kill. And he has all the information. I would be amazed. He had to have seen those 2 players.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure that he did. And I mean, at least they're moving up here. Taco and Lucas now taking control of the bomb site. And Fallen going to be starting to rotate his way in. That is...
They've been bamboozled.
Yeah. They really have been. Bomb is going to be going down. Oh, Cirque finding the kill. Lucas trying to secure and make sure that he was ready in case the retake was coming. But now they're in trouble. Fallen low on health. That smoke is going to help them a little bit, but there is a kit on the other side, and Taco is just trying to play on top of it. That's a dangerous position with the Glock, and he's going to fall right back down. Not even sure if anyone could see him there, but Tarek will find the kill somehow. And now it's on Fallen, trying to just jiggle peek away. Not going to be working out.
I'm so amazed that MIBR does not win that round based off that information Fallen got in mid. I thought that surely would have been the call that, maybe they hadn't seen the one player on the other side of the map, so they didn't know that where the last player was, but I thought that plant could have come in much quicker. Still, the idea was there. They still had a good time. They still had a decent advantage going into that scenario.
Yeah. 6-10. The fact that they don't win the pistol round there that's a little bit concerning. That's the kind of development you don't necessarily want to see. They have 6 rounds, and Fur has 20 kills. That is something you do like to see.
Well, you don't like to see only 6 rounds for those 20 kills. You do like to see the 20 kills.
Yeah, you're right. You could view it in both ways, Yeah,
it's a bit brutal. But here comes that second round buy. 2 Kriegs, Scout on Fallen, Deagles with plenty of utility. 2 flashbangs on Fur, probably just to play in support of those Kriegs.
We'll see.
But on the other hand, as well, EG doing what they can to be able to challenge those Kriegs at long range. Instead of going for the SMGs with utility, they've gone for 4 M4s.
Look at this aggressive setup from EG. This is what I was wanting a lot more out of from MIBR side when they were on the CT side, just a lot more of this kind of a style. We saw Tyloo make pretty good use of it when they were playing on this map, ended up winning it against G2, so...
We saw it go both ways with Tyloo, right? Like, I feel like this aggression on A ramp for the CT side, like, you either have a very comprehensive victory or just a really shocking defeat that you can't really recover from.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely have seen it both ways, and if I think especially if you have a crossfire and you miss the timing, like they almost did right there. Ethan now going to be following up with a little bit of damage and a little bit of just distraction, I guess, is the other thing that you're looking for in that 3 crossfire. But yeah, if you mistime it, it's definitely not good.
Well, this position from Breeze, he's taken so many liberties on the other side of the map. Is Fallen going to expect this? He does peek right into it. Easy kill for Breeze, and it's going to be tough to punish, but, oh, Breeze doesn't look down. Lucas finds a perfect timing, maybe based off the kill that KNG gets on the other side of the map. Stanislaw cannot recover it. MIBR have turned it entirely in their favor. 1 versus 3 for Ethan.
Wow, that
Although, has he found a gap in this post plant?
he might have. Ooh. I don't know. Maybe it's hard to know what he could have made of it.
Well, there's no way for him to know that there was only one real defender committed there. He's going to find a kill right at the end with the UMP and just save an M4 for the next round. I am so surprised that MIBR was able to bring that back.
Well, the way that they were falling back over at that B bomb side, the fact that Breeze gets caught, you know, he was actually kind of thinking about it, but I think he probably think, well, if no one's peeking now, I've made it back safe, and then just the top of his head or something must have been showing, but it can't have been much. Interesting turn of events. 7 to 10. That's, I don't know. That's EG sort of leaving the door open, because I think that would have been what, like 12-6 or something.
Yeah,
It would have been a pretty big lead for EG.
yeah, they gave one back. That was kind of the round they took from MIBR on their own T side. That 2 versus 4 that they won. That's them kind of equalizing that kind of disaster round. 10 to 7. Full investment from EG with the pistol armor around this M4 that Ethan saved from the previous. And again, they want to get aggressive towards the A ramp. Held off at the moment by the Molotov.
Yeah, some follow-up grenade usage there. A little bit of a flashbang to take a couple of peeks, and I think maybe MIBR even saw that and sort of realized, hold on.
Yeah, but they were already backing off. They might have just sensed it, but either way, whatever it was, they negated that aggression. There's 4 players on that side of the map, at the A side of the map for EG, and if they pick up the pace here towards B, it might just be an easy take. Breeze can simply drop a smoke and just delay. He can't actually commit and hold on to this site.
And just waiting on the other side, and it's fine holding that smoke if you have a rifle or something like that, but it's very hard to do with the deagle. If they flash their way through, or even just if they take a bit of a wide swing here, that might not work out so well. Fair few people here with the deagles though, so maybe you could find a good kill. Tarek will take down one of them, but again, the rifles on the other side just a little bit overpowering. You see with the 5.7 here, a little bit of a long range for the one shots, and they know exactly where he is. Back up. Well, it was there for all of 1 second. Ethan goes down, and Tarek, the only one left at a 1 versus 2. And he's sandwiched in, and I'm not sure if he even realizes, but he's got a couple of seconds more, and he's going to be in a lot of trouble.
Oh, I think he does realize. He's somehow done it. Oh, Fallen's going to disappear into the smoke. It was almost there. M4 picked up. 10 seconds on the clock.
He's going to try and see if he can make his way out. 10 seconds, you're absolutely right. The bomb actually being stopped now. Tarek playing this one very, very well, and just trying to go for the wide swing. He'll go down finally, but that actually was quite a great round out of Tarek.
I liked everything about that from Tarek. That was really cool that he's able to almost make a play to win that round. Fallen just disappearing like a ninja into that smoke. That was the saving grace, because I actually think Tarek caught him off guard with that positioning, with that kind of an aggressive play, and he did know that he was getting pinched. I don't know if that was a call from a teammate, if he'd known it from earlier. Unfortunately for EG, they can't win the round, and it's just USPs and the one flashbang on Tarek.
Definitely applying some pressure, and so is Fur. Instantly taking out Stanislaw at the beginning of this round, but somehow KNG not winning that fight. Can't even explain why.
I feel like I've seen USPs win that exact fight in this game so frequently. Like, we saw him, that was exactly where MIBR chose to be aggressive so many times.
Tarek fighting inside of the Molotov to nearly take down Fur, but you're right. Those USPs have been pretty good. Bomb is going to be planted, though, so to expect that will put an end to the madness of this round, surely. Still more headshots coming out for the USPs. But that's going to be 9 to 10, so not quite a full recovery from MIBR, but they've certainly made a good effort of it right now. Some money even.
Yeah, they're right back in it. They're within striking distance, and we'll see what EG's going to have in their full rifle rounds. Breeze getting caught on some of the scaffolding as he backs away. It's a bit awkward to watch. I think he stubbed his toe on each and every one, actually.
Yeah, just the maximum amount of damage you could do to yourself, fumbling around. Definitely want to be careful with that. But it does say, doesn't it, on that sign that the days without injuries 0, so it's rough. I don't know if they keep those around work sites. Unsurprising, I haven't been on many construction sites ever, so.
I will say I never saw one when I worked in the factory. So take from that what you will. And Tarek's going to take a headshot from KNG, from his Krieg, and aggressively taking control of mid. There was no chance for him to fall back. Molotov going to rain towards Stanislav's position and force him away, at least for the moment. Smoke going to deny information, deny presence from the CT side.
That will leave Breeze feeling quite isolated on the B-bomb side. His only teammate in the middle has been smoked off. They boost up to get that double kill. That's amazing. What a great way to improvise if you're EG, and Breeze doing his job. Just that one kill is going to buy some time. They got a 2-on-4 in their hands, and they should be making this work. That's so well done.
Who is that? Cirque boosting up Stanislav?
Yep.
That is a legit way to recover the round. Beautiful looking over the smoke, and MIBR never knew what hit him. Talked about that in the first half as well. MIBR had that boost in the B bomb site to watch middle, and I was just saying you might be able to peer over some of the smokes if there's a set piece on that B bomb site. Well, this is just another boost that's just like improvised in the heat of the moment.
Yeah, that was incredibly well done. 18 kills on Ethan, but MIBR being allowed around here, but now they're low on money yet again. They can buy rifles in this one. That's definitely a help. Ooh. We love to see this. Yes, please go for it. They're going to be run boosting all the way around, jumping in. What a beautiful trick. Being pulled, and he wants more. Tarek's so surprised. This is genius for MIBR.
Oh, we've seen that before, but it does make you just kind of hold your breath, and MIBR pull it off perfectly. Well-drilled way to take out the aggression on that side of the map. And, yeah, it's so powerful. There's no chance for EG to recover in that scenario. Santa's on, Ethan just must save.
This even on some cosmic level, you deserve that, don't you? If you make that work,
yep,
you should win the round.
Now, do you think they drew straws to see who's going to be the jumper? Or do they just say, Lucas, you're the rookie?
Yeah, there's a...
so to speak.
This is a seniority kind of thing going on. Union rules, you know.
Yeah, old guys can't make that jump.
That's...
Fallen's knees can't handle that.
Definitely not. Yeah, as you're flying through the air on the outside of the building, you're just thinking, please, be in a position where this actually helps. Because there's any number of ways in which, even if they're up on the railing up there, up on the grating, they could, spot you, and you might even get shot in the middle of the air, and then it's definitely done. That was so cool. 10 to 11. If we're going to be having vertigo, those are the kind of plays you like.
Right, you might as well make that kind of a play. Is there anywhere else on the map where you can make a play like that?
I mean, it would be the B-bomb side, right, where you can sort of jump on the outside for some of it. You can beat the doorway by jumping on the outside. It's not quite the same, but I guess it's sort of maybe.
Okay.
There might be other places that no one's been crazy enough to try yet.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe there's something over at A. I don't know how. Ooh. Dinked and completed. Cirque is going to find a Krieg lying on the ground. Now still 3 pistols to contend with this heavy push towards the bomb site. Ethan inside the site eliminates Tarek, but he's stuck out in the open. It doesn't matter. He's going to add more kills into his tally. And an 11th round now for MIBR. So they've tied things up. We're back. Back in business.
And actually, if you're MIBR, this is surely where you're thinking maybe we could actually just do a huge amount of damage in the late stage of this game, because you're going to have the economy going your way. EG, they've got a little bit here, but if you could take it away from the next round, suddenly things are looking very good. Stanislav doing a fair bit of damage, but without the kit, you've got to assume it's more or less impossible for him to actually complete the round. But even that little bit of extra damage actually does change the picture a little bit. I think that economic control for MIBR, that's going to be the really big thing. EG able to buy in this round. In fact, a double up being picked up.
Yeah, and this feels like one that you hope you see some kind of something that works for EG with this double op. This is where you want to see Cirque come alive and be able to find some picks, maybe some aggression towards A, peering down it with the ops. It's been 5 of the last 6 have gone to the favor of MIBR. 5 of 7 in the second half alone. Cirque looking for someone to walk up the ramp behind the tarp. 1 player to distract over towards the B-bomb site. 4 players
That's a dangerous position to Ethan to be in right now. Most especially when you don't have a smoke to put. I mean, he's got some backup here. I get that, but if those could be flashed and Molotov the way, he's going to go down. Not even the Molotov that I was worried about, just KNG, and then the follow-up running down Cirque, and that leaves Stanislav. Well, even with the smoke, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and they're just spamming each side of the box. It's Cirque who is trying to walk away to not give away his position and not give the sound cues. He never expected MIBR to pick up the pace in that fashion. They turned the corner before he's even close to getting into cover.
Wow.
That is an unexpected contact play that has just knocked EG right out of this round.
And now my economic predictions have swung the other way. It's in fact EG that is now struggling, and MIBR suddenly in a very, very strong position.
How strong? Hulk strong?
Oh, I was going to say, I said very, very. We got double the very. Could have been a third in there, but I think 2 will do it. So
okay.
Hulk levels of strength. I don't know. Is there someone in that universe that's stronger than Hulk? There must be. I don't know.
I'm sure there is.
I don't watch these things a lot.
Really?
No, not really. I got disillusioned with the whole superhero thing after a while.
Okay.
It happened to me. I think it was actually the X-Men that did it for me. That's when I tapped out. Because I really
when we saw Apocalypse.
Not even that.
X-Men is a franchise that's never been able to get going, isn't it?
Well, the real trouble is I really like the idea. I like everything about it, I like that universe and everything. I just can't be watching superheroes complain about how difficult life is, It's like half of X-Men now. It's like, oh no, I can walk through walls, but it's also hard to manage. I'm like, listen, I don't care. Do you know I've got to pay taxes? I don't care about your superpowers and how they might be affecting you adversely. And what kind of stupid story is this?
You've got to pay a lot of taxes too.
Yeah, like why is this a problem? So that's
okay.
I couldn't handle
that's a unique take on the superhero universe.
Yeah, if I'm going to be watching people that have special, super skills, I don't want to have them complaining at the same time. That just seems unreasonable.
Okay. Well, Cirque's gotten off. What can he do with it?
I don't know yet, but I like that aggressive Molotov that was being thrown out from the T side. That if someone is playing aggressively or from the CT side, they're almost committed to the aggression. You're just forcing them into the fight at that point. That's fun.
Now 6 of the last 7 going to MIBR. We're talking about Fallen's contribution. He's calling a phenomenal T-side at the moment. Deagle on Stanislaw, he's the only one here. And again, contact play. As soon as MIBR knows they're spotted, it's pick up the pace, throw the utility, get into the site, and they've done it again. And I don't think EG wants to risk the M4 on Breeze, does not want to risk the AWP on Cirque. I think they stay as far away as humanly possible. And they'll be able to buy in the next round.
Yeah, I mean, that's the takeaway, isn't it? Well, actually, if they could get the Creek, too, that would be very helpful. They've lost Ethan on the one side. But MIBR making just a really strong impression here at the end of the map. KNG goes down, but still 13-11.
Yeah, this is looking absolutely phenomenal.
You know what I've been enjoying watching lately a lot?
Okay.
I don't think you've seen this yet. The Expanse.
I haven't, but I've been told it's good.
It's so
I saw
good.
you tweet about it the other day.
Yeah, it's real good.
Okay.
You want to treat yourself at some point and just catch up on that.
How do you feel about Mandalorian, the new Star Wars?
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
I know people were complaining about it on the internet. That always makes me think maybe I should watch it.
I thought it was good.
Yeah, but it's just,
But I can't tell if it's actually good or if it's just better than whatever garbage the Star Wars universe has been putting out there recently.
Yeah, that's true. I'll give it a chance.
31 kills on Fur.
Yeah, we were complaining earlier because he had 20 and they were only 6 rounds.
Yeah, and that was when it was 10-6. I remember exactly what round we talked about that at. Well, now he's 31-14 and they're up 13-11. So he's been putting in some real work on this T side.
He got the message. 20 isn't enough. Keep going.
He's going for Freeman levels of frags.
He is. It's outrageous that he's got 31 kills, given the fact that we only played 24 rounds. That is truly shocking.
Yeah, that's actually disgusting. When you put in the context of how quick they've come. Phenomenal game from Fur. MIBR not wanting to waste it, especially on a map that they picked, especially with Inferno, their kryptonite, coming up in map 2.
That is, yeah, something that we have to put a serious amount of doubt behind if MIBR could actually make it through that map. Ooh. Creative peek from Taco. That's probably quite hard to punish if you're up on that position. Even if you buy the sandbags, that's going to be tough to see.
Well, MIBR is just doing the whole rinse and repeat thing. It's like, you haven't been able to stop us over here, so let's just go. Let's play contact again. This time, Smoke's going to go down. Nobody picked off, and Tarek has rotated over very quickly, but KNG finds Cirque. He finds another one over towards the other side of the map. KNG has opened things up. There's 50 seconds. There's plenty of time for MIBR to readjust their point of attack. The boost over for Fur to apply some pressure, and this defense is scrambling to get a hold of what's happening.
Just the pressure again in the middle here for Fur is so valuable, while the rest of the bomb site over at the A side here is going to be slowly opened up. Ethan, he's so worried about the fact that someone's going to be sneaking in.
Look how alone he is.
Yeah, smokes are going to go off as well. You're right, he's just got no backup here at all. 25 seconds, and they finally get rid of Fur in the middle, so that's going to help them out a little bit. A 3-on-3, and the boost while the bomb is going down, that gets cancelled immediately. KNG with no chance in that one. Taco and Fallen to hold on to it, and they're both wrapping around that side. Oh no, blocking each other is not a good look, and I think they spotted the other one too. Ethan going to be putting up a smoke, and now, what do you do if you're Fallen here? 1 versus 3, they're already defusing that bomb. He's going to get one big kill, but not going to matter. That was an awkward end to an otherwise really well orchestrated round.
Yeah, I think Fallen's going to be the one apologizing for that one, jumping right into the face of Taco in his position. That was a very uncomfortable sequence for both of those guys, and kind of a bit of a squandering of KNG's opening kills. He provided them everything they needed towards that A bomb site, and they cannot capitalize on it, so EG still alive. 13-12. Finally, EG stopping a 4-round run for MIBR.
So many things that went wrong in that moment. I mean, the fact that they blocked, but the fact that they both got spotted there.
Yeah.
Because actually, if they'd been...
If he gets in and you can just kind of play the bait and switch.
Yeah. And they only had 1 smoke, I think, so they might just, you know, like they might be throwing the smoke more or less in the same position anyway, if they don't know that both players are there. And then, yeah, you could go for the peak, middle of the defuse. Anyway, 13-12.
Anyway.
Still money on MIBR's side, so that's the good takeaway here.
There's the first, and there's the follow-up. Stano's not able to find that kill. 50 HP for KNG after eliminating 2 players. That is a spectacular performance from him. They need a little bit more. 3 more rounds for MIBR to close out map 1, their pick.
See what they could do. A little bit of an attempt, I think, over at mid there, but they're not really going to commit to it. Just, I think, throwing out a couple of grenades and now flashing their way onto the B ramp or the B stairs here. Boy, the smoke, they're still going to go for it, so that's a little bit of a risk, but they've made their way through safely, at least for now.
I think they were kind of waiting for that. It almost felt like, you know, Lucas was saying, wait for the smoke, or if that comes down, I still want to go through. Hoping maybe that with somebody would still be watching for them to run through the smoke and the flashbang would catch them. 13-12, so much attention, so many flashbangs thrown at this side of the map. It's pulled an extra defender here. They feel relatively committed to attacking this bomb site, at least for the first stage of the round.
There is a little bit of a forward setup over at that A ramp, so they might even be able to gravitate. You know, this double setup. Maybe they could even get a 3rd guy closer to middle or something like that. It seems like if this B defense doesn't hold, then the backup is going to be quite far away. Nice little pick off from Tarek, and now the lineup here. That's a lot of damage being output by the Krieg. Breeze able to spray away. And yeah, that's way better than they even needed.
Yeah, peek before the smoke plumes allows Tarek to get a free kill. Spam coming in, and Tarek wants nothing to do with that. Still just 1 player has gone down on the defense, and there's not enough time for them to really do a whole lot. 13 seconds, flank coming in from Stanislaw. That's KNG finished off in middle, and EG's tied things up. Now winning 2 in a row, the first time they've been able to do it in this half.
And kind of doing significant damage as well to the MIBR economy all of a sudden. They're able to string together a buy, but it's close to not being possible here. So they need to put it all on this round.
Losing bonus starting to build up. They need to get into the bomb, so they need to get a plant if they want to be able to fight in the next round as well. But you're right. Very important junction in the game, 13-13.
And after a bit of a delay, they get in the middle anyway. Slowed down by an initial Molotov, but they're going to be here. Boosted up, pushed on the other side. We've seen that effective at least once on this map. And again, we've seen a lot of T-sides looking for this boost as well, so I would say, wouldn't be surprised if it backfires at some point soon for whoever's doing it. Yeah, there's KNG looking for that exact move.
Yeah, he's praying for it. He would love for them to try and peek that. 3 players at A, but they're forced to defend 2 different directions because of the mid control from MIBR, who in turn has been stopped over towards the B bomb site a number of times recently, so they want to switch things up. Late retake of mid. Stan's got to find KNG. They're tired of waiting around. MIBR slow playing this one, and EG started to take advantage of that. Taco's going to try and entry in, but it's Cirque with an op on the other side.
This is a great position right until smokes are thrown. Oh, if he peeks into the Krieg, he's going to be living through that one, but he's taking a little bit of damage here. This is so critical for MIBR. They've got to find a way to get onto the bomb site here and make sure they can actually hold it afterwards. EG have had a couple of rounds here, but they've blocked them out. The bomb has gone down, and a 5 versus 4 for the retake here. EG, can they get to 14 rounds, or will it be MIBR to beat them there first? Slowly ticking away. No more grenades either on the T side, so it's going to be a bit of a raw play at the end here. Fallen, nice shot, and Fur with the follow-up, and the hold is so good. That retake never got anywhere near close. Now it's just Tarek. Could have probably even tried to run away. 14-13.
Yeah, they never got started at all. They put a lot of emphasis on clearing out mid, which means they had to play retake, and not enough, I don't know, just no real success on the entrance into the bomb site for EG. They weren't able to, Cirque wasn't able to pick anyone off. The Molotov forced them out of position, and never able to really get any kind of opening to retake the bomb site. Once the smoke all clears, Fallen's doing work with the op, all the off angles from the AK-47s and the Kriegs. That is a well-done post-plant for MIBR.
And again, that's in spite of the fact that they didn't really have any grenades. Usually that's where those alpha plants become so tricky when you're on the CT side. If you have to run through a lot of smokes and there's Molotov still left, they just did it with the rifles instead.
This would be a tough half and a tough map for MIBR to let slip away if they can't close this out, because they've played a much better offensive half.
Yeah.
They have called this so well. They've outplayed EG a number of times.
And as we mentioned, Inferno is the next one. So if they end up losing it 16-14 style, then they might be thinking, man, that was our big chance to really do something, at least potentially.
2 SMGs and relatively light on utility again for EG. This is just going to be a basic set piece. MIBR trusting in the advantages they have with their utility. Cirque's going to get aggressive, but I think Taco might be looking for this exact play.
He is, but how do you get the timing down right? He doesn't. Cirque goes down anyway. Ethan, very uncomfortable, getting shut down from both sides there. KNG to pick up that one, and this is just an MP9 at long range.
The timing for Taco to jump up and find Cirque has got to be so frustrating. He wanted to have an impact on that defense. Oh, they're going to go right through the smoke. Flashbangs out. The Krieg from KNG. A double kill for him. It's just Tarek. He's picked off by Taco. 15 for MIBR. 2 chances to close out map 1.
2 chances, and even assisted by the fact that the money's not looking good on the EG side. This has been really, really well done. Taco throwing the AWP away off the side of the building. There could be pedestrians down there. There'd be people trying to make it to IKEA or whatever, trying to do some shopping, and just crushed by the weight of a giant
AWP.
sniper rifle.
That's one way to go out. It's unique, at the very least. Oof.
At least you don't have to go to IKEA. It's Breeze to go down next.
Yeah, Swedish meatballs suck. Breeze, the first death in the round, and the all-important, potentially map-winning round for MIBR. There's 3 players stacked up here, so this is a lot of faith in the sole defender on the other side of the map. Stanislaw with the Deagle, looking at the off angle for something to peek, and Taco wants nothing to do with that pressure. He's fine to get the information. I think he had to have spotted 2. And Fur, that's a mistimed pop flash, but nothing is punished just yet.
Yeah, and they make it through the middle, which, I mean, if things weren't already really rough alone at B, they certainly are now. They're coming through from every angle. Tarek, I'm impressed they've made it so far, EG, even to defend this. But what can Ethan do?
He can do a lot. He's got this quick flank, and actually I think MIBR messed up by calling that kind of a split over towards this site. There's a real chance Ethan is going to be able to find this one.
He certainly, yeah, he's got the opportunity here. The FAMAS making his way close. Oh, but they're both just waiting for him on the other side. KNG to take him down, and a 16-13